Imagine a garden hose lying in the grass. You turn on the tap, but the water is trapped. It builds pressure until the hose bursts. This is exactly what happens to the arteries in your neck, often while you sleep. It is not just a headache, it is the silent start of a stroke. But there is a simple, 12-second movement that opens the flow. It unlocks your brain before the pressure breaks you. You might not feel the blockage yet, but your brain knows it's there. Hello, my friend. Take a deep breath for me. We often worry about our hearts or our knees, but we forget the plumbing that feeds the control center, the brain. Maybe you've felt it. You are reading the Sunday paper, and suddenly the words get fuzzy. Or you stand up, and the room spins for just a second. Doctors often dismiss this as aging, but new research suggests it could be a warning sign of restricted blood flow. Let me show you what this looks like in real life with a story that might sound very familiar. Let's talk about Arthur. He is 68, a retired mechanic from Ohio. Arthur spent his life fixing things: engines, transmissions, anything with gears. He prides himself on his independence and loves spending his afternoons in his garage workshop fixing old radios. But last winter, Arthur noticed something odd. Whenever he looked up to reach a tool on the top shelf, he felt a strange clunk in the back of his neck, followed by a wave of fog. He called it his tired spales and thought he just needed more coffee. But one Tuesday, he looked up and his left hand went numb. He dropped his wrench. It clattered on the concrete floor, echoing in the silence. For 12 seconds, Arthur couldn't move his fingers. He stood there frozen, terrified that this was the big one. He thought about the hospital bills, the nursing home, and losing his workshop. Thankfully, the feeling came back, but the fear stayed. Arthur was lucky. Many people don't get a second chance. So, why did this happen, and how does a 12-second movement fix it? Let's unlock this mystery right now. First, we need to understand the enemy. It is called vertebral artery compression. Think about how we live today. We sit on the couch watching the news, looking down at our phones. Our heads are heavy. When your posture slumps forward, it puts a physical kink in the arteries that run through your neck bones. According to the National Institutes of Health, these arteries supply blood to the brainstem. That's the part of your brain that controls balance and breathing. When you cut off that flow even by 10%, the brain starts to panic. It's like stepping on that garden hose. The pressure builds up behind the blockage, and that creates turbulence, which can lead to a silent stroke. Does your neck ever crack or crunch when you turn your head? That sound might be more than just noise. Let me know in the comments, do you have a stiff neck right now? Here is the second thing you must know. The body gives you clues before the brain locks up. Arthur felt dizziness when looking up. That is a classic sign. It is called Bauhunter syndrome in extreme cases, but for most of us it's subtler. Maybe you are driving. You turn your head to check the blind spot, and you feel a split second of confusion. Or you wake up with a headache right at the base of your skull. These are not just old age pains, they are cries for oxygen. Ignore them, and the brain tissue slowly begins to starve. That is where memory loss begins. Now let's talk about the solution, the movement that changed everything for Arthur. It is not a heavy workout and you don't need a gym. You can do this standing in your kitchen while waiting for the coffee to brew. Here is how it works. This movement resets your proprioception and opens the vertebral arteries. Studies in the Journal of Gerontology show that balance and brain health are tightly linked. Here is the test and the fix. Stand near a sturdy chair or the kitchen counter. Safety first. Lift one foot off the ground just an inch. Now close your eyes. Try to hold it for 12 seconds. If you wobble immediately, it's like your brain's GPS signal is weak. But practicing this, specifically the stork stand, forces your brain to recalibrate its connections. It demands a surge of blood flow to the control centers and forces the arteries to dilate and open up. But we can make it even more powerful for stroke prevention. While standing safely, perform the chin tuck. Pull your chin back like you are making a double chin. Hold it for 3 seconds, Then slowly turn your head to the left while holding that tuck, then to the right. This movement specifically aligns the vertebrae and unkinks the hose. It allows a rush of fresh, oxygenated blood to wash over your brainstem. Doing this daily for just 12 seconds aside keeps those vessel walls flexible and prevents the stiffness that leads to ruptures. If this explanation is helping you visualize what's happening inside your body, please tap the like button. It helps this video reach other seniors who might be at risk. Thank you. There is one final piece to this puzzle. You can unkink the hose, but if the water is thick like mud, it still won't flow. Dehydration makes your blood thick and sticky, especially in the morning. Many seniors in the US wake up and the first thing they drink is coffee. Coffee is great, and I love a good cup on the front porch, but it is a diuretic. If your blood is thick and your neck is stiff, you are creating the perfect storm for a blockage. The American Heart Association often emphasizes hydration for vascular health. So before you do your 12-second movement, drink a small glass of water to thin the blood, open the hose, and unlock the brain. When you make this a habit, the change is subtle at first, like the sun burning off the morning fog. Arthur started doing the balance hold and the chin tuck every morning. 2 weeks later, he was back in his garage. He looked up to the high shelf. No dizziness. No clunk. Just clarity. He felt sharp. He felt safe. And he felt like the master of his own home again. That is the true prize. It's not just about avoiding a hospital bed. It is about keeping the freedom to drive your car, to fix your house, and to live on your own terms. And it all starts with how you treat your body in these small, quiet moments. We spend so much time worrying about the future, but your health is decided by what you do today. Right now. Don't wait for the dizziness to turn into something worse. Test your balance. Check your neck. Unlock that flow. You have earned your golden years, and you deserve to enjoy them with a clear, sharp mind. Please share this video with a friend or family member. Stroke is a thief that strikes in silence, but knowledge is the lock on the door. Help them stay safe. I'm rooting for you. Take care of yourself.